Hello, everyone, and welcome to Thursday Live, I guess, today. Whether you're in Living Powerfully community or on YouTube or on Instagram, give you a big, huge welcome today. We are talking about the rules for being human. I thought this was a great thing to share with you today. So I'm Dr. Shelley Nash. I'm an elite level mindset coach. I help high achieving women to unlock their genius, increase their income, and claim the success that they want and deserve. So if that sounds like you, then you are in the right place. So every week I go on live and give you mindset topics here in Living Powerfully community. Now this is a community for like-minded women. And so if you are not a woman, then you'll have to reach out to me to find another way to connect. So I also have a website at drshelleynash.com, and you can look at all of my services on there. So who here ever wishes that they had a playbook for life, that they would have been given a guidebook when they entered life? As soon as they were able to read, as soon as you were able to read, you should have gotten a book that tells you how to manage living, how to manage your life, how to get the results that you want, how to figure out who you are and what you're supposed to be doing in your life. Who here wishes that they would have had a manual? Well, this is just a small bit of the manual. This is 9 steps that are the rules for being human. This was written by an unknown author, and so there's no rights to give other than it is an article that we talk about in my coaching program. And so that is where I got it from, and I got it from Bob Proctor, who is one of my mentors and coaches. So who wants to hear the 9 rules for being human? Let me know who's here. Say hi in the chat. If you're watching the replay, put hashtag replay. And I'd love to hear your input about these rules. And so I'll go through them, and I'll probably talk about each one as I talk about it. So the following is written by an unknown author. However, it contains some timeless jewels of information that are worth passing on. It's entitled Rules for Being Human. Number 1, you will receive a body. You may like it or hate it, but it will be yours for this time around. That's a great lesson. How many times have you wished you had a different body, or looked different, or were shorter or taller, or heavier or thinner? Most of us want to be thinner, but you will receive a body. You may like it or hate it, but it will be yours this time around. So think about that. Might as well love your body. Might as well use your body as a tool to achieve what you want in life, and learn how to be at peace with your body. Your body is a place that your soul lives. And so it's a great mechanism for us. Number 2, you will learn lessons. You are enrolled in a full-time informal school called life. Each day in this school, you will have the opportunity to learn lessons. You may like the lessons or think they're irrelevant or stupid. So we're all learning lessons every single day, and that's what life is all about. Number 3, there are no mistakes, only lessons. Growth is a process of trial and error, experimentation. The failed experiments are as much a part of the process as the experiment that ends up working. And I know that this feels really difficult. Those failed experiments, those failed things that you've done, those that you've learned from, those are actually, I find that those failed experiments, the times when I haven't achieved what I wanted to achieve, maybe had a failure, it's actually it moves me more sometimes than the things that worked out well the first time around. And really, you have to fail in order to succeed. That's part of the process of succeeding. Think about learning to walk when you were a child. You had to fail a bunch of times. You had to fall a bunch of times before you learned to walk. And anytime we try to do something new, we're always getting better and better and better at it. So don't worry about failing. There's no mistakes, only lessons. And I had this dance instructor, and I loved what he would say, because as you're learning to dance with a partner, it can be very challenging. And oftentimes I would find myself saying, oh, I'm sorry if I made a mistake or didn't do it right. And he said, there's no mistakes, only new moves. So you're only developing a new dance move when you do something differently than how he's teaching it. So it took a lot of the pressure off. So there's no mistakes, only lessons. Number 4, a lesson is repeated until learned. This is a tough one too. A lesson is repeated until learned. A lesson will be presented to you in various forms until you have learned it. When you have learned it, you can then let go and go to the next lesson. Or you can then go on to the next lesson. So this one I've learned a lot too. It's like there's a lesson as in my recovery from codependency. I learned this a lot. I would be given opportunities to be in a new relationship with a new man and then see that the patterns were the same, and not really recognize that the patterns were about me and not about the other person, and that those patterns kept coming up over and over and over again, no matter which man or relationship that I was in. And so I repeated that lesson over and over and over again until I learned it. And then once I learned it, I got the next lesson to go to. So that's number 4. Number 5, learning lessons does not end. Are you starting to get that this is all about lessons in life? Number 5, learning lessons does not end. There is no part of life that does not contain lessons. If you were alive, there are lessons to be learned. If you're alive, there are lessons to be learned. Everything in life is teaching you something. Everything is an opportunity for you to learn and to grow. And if you're not growing, then you're decaying. You're going the other way. So you're always wanting to accept the lessons, embrace the lessons, and be in a positive attitude each time you're given a lesson, because you know that it's going to take you further. It's going to help you to grow. So number 6, there is no better place than here. This is a big one. There is no better place than here. When your there becomes here, you will simply obtain another there that will again look better than here. So how often are we looking to the future, looking to our goals, and not really living in the moment, not really living in today? And yet we have to look to our goals. We have to kind of put ourselves in our goal, act as if our goal is happening right now. But we want to make sure that we stay in the present moment, because this moment is the only moment that you're going to get right now. This moment is never coming back. This is all it is. So enjoy this moment for the better. And when you do get to your there that you're going to, your goal that you're going to, that's then going to become your here, where you're at, and then you're going to have a new there. And that's a continual process. But I think this statement has many different aspects to it. So I'll repeat it for you. There is no better place than here. When your there becomes your here, you will simply obtain another there that will again look better than here. The grass is always greener sort of philosophy. Feel free to share in the chat any ahas that you're having about these rules for being human as I'm going along. Number 7, others are merely mirrors of you. You've probably heard this before. You cannot love or hate something about another person unless it reflects to you something you love or hate about yourself. This is so true. This is true in relationship. This is true in friendship. This is true in random people on Facebook. You're thinking, whatever you're thinking about them, you're probably thinking about yourself as well. So number 7 is that others are merely mirrors of you. You cannot love or hate something about another person unless it reflects something you love or hate about yourself. So it's a great way for checking yourself. And really that the fact that it's better to send love to all those situations. If you find yourself not liking something, well, send love, because that thing you're not liking in the outside world or in someone else is probably something you don't like in yourself. So send love to that situation, send love to yourself. And that's the best way to learn that lesson. So number 8, the lessons of life. What you make of life is up to you. You have all the tools and resources you need. What you do with them is up to you. The choice is yours. So I always say this in coaching. It's always your choice. It's always up to you. Everything that you have going on in your life is a result of what you've been thinking, of where you've been at in the past week, the past month. And so in order to get a new result, you have to think new things, new thoughts. You have to take new actions. You have to be in a higher vibration than you're at right now, or you're going to keep getting the same thing over and over again. So let me read number 8 again. What you make of life is up to you. You have all the tools and resources you need. Now, you may not know all the tools and resources, but they're all available if you seek them. And this is one of the big things that I discovered, is that I was seeking and seeking and seeking to have the right tools to live my life in the best possible way. But that was a journey in itself. And it wasn't until I met Bob Proctor where I found the secret to all the searching that I had been doing, and the secret of really understanding myself and understanding how I work in the world, which is the laws of the universe. And then in understanding yourself, you understand other people. So you have all the tools and resources you need. You might need to go searching for them. What you do with them is up to you. The choice is yours. Number 9 of these rules for being human. Who here is liking any of these? What's your favorite number so far? You might have to go back and watch the replay. To check out all the other ones. Number 9, the answers lie inside of you. All you need to do is look, listen, and trust. Something for my tickle. The answers lie inside of you. All you need to do is look, listen, and trust yourself, is what I usually say. Trust yourself. You really know. You might think you don't know, but you really do know. And if you don't think you know, ask yourself, if I knew, what would the answer be? What if I knew? What if I knew the answer? What would it be? And then I wrote at the bottom of this, just randomly, that confidence comes from doing. This isn't part of rules for being, but I think it is in a way that a lot of people strive for confidence, strive to get confidence, strive to be confident. And there are things you can do to get more confident, but the main way to get more confident in something that you're not confident in is just to do it. And just to keep doing it over and over and over again. And the more you do it, the more confident you get in it. Think about walking again. When you were a child, you weren't confident. You failed a lot of times trying to walk, and then finally you walked. Maybe riding a bike was difficult for you, and you tried a lot. You finally got it down, And now you've ridden a bike a lot of times, and biking is easy for you. So you're confident that you can ride a bike. You're confident that you can walk. You're confident in a lot of things that you've done over and over and over again. So if there's something that you're feeling you have a lack of confidence about, then all you have to do is start doing it. And the more you do it, the better and better it will be. But sometimes as adults, we feel that fear more than we did as a child. And we feel the fear of doing, when really it is only in the doing that you're going to achieve. There was another note that I wrote today. What was it? Do the thing you fear. Do the thing you fear, and fear will leave you. I think that comes from my mentor. Do the thing you fear, and the fear will leave you. There's also a quote from Joseph Campbell. The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure that you seek. What if the cave you fear to enter holds the secret for you? Don't you think it would be worth the risk to go into the cave, to experience a little fear while you're getting into the place that's going to give you the keys to the kingdom, that's going to give you all the answers? So a lot of times we hold back with fear. And just remember that statement. Do the thing you fear, and fear will leave you. You have to face the fear. You have to move into it. And that feeling that you have, that uncomfortableness, we call it going through your terror barrier, going through this block wall of fear. And on the other side is freedom. So that's another thing we discuss in my coaching, is understanding the terror barrier, why that happens, why it's so uncomfortable, and how you can embrace it and go through it. So I hope you enjoyed these rules for being human. In review, since we have a little time, you'll receive a body. You may like it or hate it, but it will be yours for this time around. Number 2, you will learn lessons. That's basically what this is all about, lessons. You'll always have lessons. Number 3, there are no mistakes, only lessons. Number 4, a lesson is repeated until you learn it. Number 5, learning lessons does not end. You're getting the pattern here. Number 6, there's no better place than here. The there will always look better than here, but here is the best place to be. Others are mirrors for you. If you're loving others, or if you're hating others, then there's something inside of you that you love or hate. So send yourself love, send other people love. And 8 is to know that what you make of life is up to you. It's your choice. Everything in your life is created by you. It's either negative or it's positive. And you always have the choice of which way that's going to go. And if you don't think you have the choice about that, then it's important to study this information so that you can learn how you have this choice, why this choice is available to you, and how you can use it to really create the life that you want. And then finally, number 9, the answers are inside of you. Everything's inside of you. You need to look, listen, and trust yourself. Trust yourself at the core. Know that you know the answers, right? If you think you don't know the answer, ask yourself, if I did know the answer, what would it be? Sometimes you can trick yourself into trusting yourself until you fully, really trust yourself. So I hope you've loved these rules for being human. There's obviously many more rules. And one of those biggest rules, I believe, is that you need to study in order to understand yourself. It's important to understand yourself and how you work in the world, because then you can understand others and how the world works. And then you can be in control of yourself from the inside out. So we study in order to understand new materials and how we're going to reach our goals. And that'll be a topic for another day, because that's a bigger topic. But understanding yourself is so important. So if you're feeling like I don't really get what she's talking about, then let's get on a call and we can talk about where you're at and where you want to go, what your goals are. And I can see if my coaching is a good fit or something else that I can recommend. Feel free to go to my new website. It's not new, actually, just revised. www.drshelleynash.com. I don't think I have a banner for that, but that's fairly obvious. Let me see if I have a banner for it. No. It's drshelleynash.com. So you can see all of my services on there, but you can send me a DM, a message, or reach out to me any way that you can through the website, and then we can get on a chat and we can begin to help you understand these rules for being human, how you can apply them to yourself to get what you want in life. So thanks so much for being on with me today, and I'll see you another time.